I'm the emperor from Dune. I tell you dudes to kiss the ring. I'm flowing like I got the scope. I know that I won't miss a thing. I'm throwing niggas off the rope. I make opponents hit the ring. When you leave, I light some sage. When you breathe, I hold my face. I don't want the
BeingLazy.com. Get all your merch.
Go get you something. I done spoke today. I had to say it with my chest. When I woke today, I remembered that I'm blessed.
Let me explain something.
But if you could ask Trump one thing, what would it be?
Why do you not care about skincare? How is that not a priority along with everything else?
More on point than Chris Paul top some cacti. Big shoes to fill my big toe with bust. The seams of something shacks I speak. Wish they burst with the first. Left y'all niggas that drop.
I think 5-10 years, yeah, we're definitely
watch they whole shit capsize. Spin on your sauce on the side. Come on, no money, swag, fresh, bro. Get rid of my would be single. In the hood, that's a sex flat. Coming live from the future. My move so far past time I know, cause I move past that and they still tripping on that last line. Double black lines. Need a fact check. The checker flag. What's a pint to a king in a game of chess? With a checker pass, so many birdies flood the streets round Derby like Sylvester Stash. Me and shit get too much real respect. To even flex a brag.
Yeah, what's Tut's ass?
Hey, he's on the chopping block. That's what he's doing.
That's crazy.
Bro.
He'd already been cut once.
Hey, my boys. Hey, open the door. Get
He's
out.
He's a G League dog with a 2-way contract.
With a 10-day.
A 10-day. Nah, he's past the 10 days on a 2-way.
Right.
He'll come back up.
The greed of him. He's right here at my feet now with a bone trying to get me to play with him.
That's funny.
Go play with the kid.
Right. Go do something useful.
All right, we back with another one. Another one, the ODD. We might change our name, y'all. We might change our name. Might be the iPod. Somebody brought it to our attention that we had some competition out there. I ain't gonna say his name, but I will introduce him. Oh man. Little Big Rodney, Middle Rodney, whatever you want to call him. Hot Rod. This is Pod Rashad. That's Pod Rod right there. You feel me? So shout out to Pod Rod for jumping on with us. It is. So appreciate you jumping on though.
Definitely. Thank y'all for having me. Y'all know y'all already know how it was to trying to get me on her because I'm like, nah.
Right. It's an exclusive right here. It's a Louisville exclusive.
Speaking of Louisville exclusive, like, man, come on, Rodney. If we drop like a Louisville-centric pod that was separate, you would have to jump on that with us, bro.
Nah, definitely.
Not like all the time or nothing, but like you need your own little.
I have a segment
because you one of the realest. He's right. He's one of the realest, objective Cardinals fans. You know what I'm saying?
Because one thing
he needs his own shit. We love drunk in the city.
What I've noticed about Louisville fans is we used to talk about a lot about UK fans and the way they feel about things. Honestly, I feel like we the same now. Like, and I didn't think that as a kid growing up, but like as an adult, I just see the unrealistic, like, don't keep it real about the situation of where your team is at. And it's like, with this year's 2025 Louisville team, I'm going to reserve my judgment after watching Clemson struggle with, who did they have today? Was it Troy? They were down most of the game. So after watching us struggle with James Madison, my judgment is going to be...
Who's better than Troy?
I'm a judge him after Pittsburgh, but I will say the transfer portal of getting quarterbacks, I'm not a big fan of that anymore. Like, I feel like we got to get us a quarterback that we growing on our roster. Like, I mean, if not, like, what do you keep recruiting high school quarterbacks for? If you keep going to get a transfer quarterback, that means you're saying the quarterbacks on your roster is not good enough. Why keep recruiting these guys? I mean, that's what
You think Brom has a trouble recruiting high-end talent at the quarterback position? No. You're looking at Aiden O'Connell, Jake Plummer. I forgot who was also in the mix at Purdue. Then you look at the quarterbacks he's had so far, Jake Plummer again, Tyler Shuff, who was literally a nobody kind in a deal, and he was kind of like hurt goods in a way. And now you have Miller Moss. Do you think he just has an issue with getting high-end talent at the quarterback position?
See, with that, it's tough to answer now because I think Louisville's the first school he's really been at where you can probably get a high-end, top-rated quarterback. I don't really think he could have drew in a 4 or 5-star necessarily to Purdue or Western. Now, granted, some of these kids that he got, like the transfer I think that we got from Purdue was rated a 4-star, but come on now. Like, we didn't see these dudes play. You can kind of see what a 4-star looked like. I think Louisville's really been the first school to be in a position, and once he's got here, the transfer portal's been the way now. So that's kind of hard to answer that one. I don't see why he would though, because Brahms, what he's known for is earn the ball,
putting QBs into the league.
Put him in the league. And honestly, since he's been at Louisville, I feel like our best assets has been what's funny is playing defense and running the ball. Maybe that's why our judgment on these Louisville teams is because it ain't what we're used to. It ain't the style. Even you look at Charlie early on, we didn't like him. Like, we didn't like winning 17-10. Like, we had an issue with that. So
we were programmed by Petrino.
So I can't say which way is right and wrong if you're winning. But one thing I do want to see the offense improve. I mean, hell, like if we want to talk NIL and stuff, hey, you at this point you're getting paid to produce. So I mean, that's where I'm really at with it, with the quarterbacks.
Do you think Vince Merrill will help with that?
Yes, I definitely do. I definitely think Merrill will help with recruiting. I told someone else who was a Louisville fan, he asked early when we got him, what's the big deal about him? And I said, he's the closer. He was the closer for UK. If you looked at any top in-state prospect that Louisville lost to UK, it was probably because Merrill had a hand in at the end of closing the deal with the kid. So I do think, as you see now, and if you look, since he's came here, most of the top kids in the state are leaning toward Louisville, or whatever. Louisville's their favorite. So I do think that's going to help out getting the recruits. Now, will that translate? Because I feel like, honestly, Brahms showing us the way of what he at the quarterback. I mean, 3 years he's been our coach. 3 years we didn't have a transfer portal kid. So I don't really, know how much of a big deal it would make in the
Yeah, I agree.
I think you said this to me the other day. You would rather bite the bullet for a year or two, start a freshman from the ground up, but then by his senior year, he's producing, like you said earlier. Like,
yeah, because my thing is, at this point with a lot of these bowl games with the playoffs expanding, if you win 8 games, go to this mid-level bowl games that used to be 10 years ago that were pretty good bowls, but now you're gonna have opt-outs and all of that. So if you win 8 games with the 6-year, 5th-year transfer portal kid versus winning 5 or 6 games with a freshman, then next year that should translate to more wins. I don't see the difference in those 2 wins. Now I can see if we're 9 and 10 wins, playoff contention, and I get it. Based on what we're seeing so far, I can't say most Louisville fans can say. Now, granted, that's the greatness of sports, watching a team develop. So, but right now, I can't think of a Louisville fan who can say we're a playoff contention team. Nah, I don't really know if we are yet. So if that's the case, if you're going to float around 8 wins every year, why not take 2 more losses and go on and build you a freshman that you're going to get back next year? What was the kid's name we just lost last year? Clarkson? This is what you're going to keep happening. Because why would you? I'm not saying if my son had a chance to go play somewhere, I'm not sitting here saying if he had to wait a year that we're out, because I get it, wait your turn. But kids ain't waiting 2 and 3 and 4 years no more. Like, you wait a year or 2, develop. After that, you start seeing the writings on the wall of what it is. It's too many opportunities to really. If you're at Louisville, that means you can probably play quarterback somewhere there. So that's kind of where we're at with the high school kid. If they ain't gonna play them, we're gonna keep seeing the revolving door of you're gonna transfer out, and then we're gonna pay a 5th-year senior top dollar to be 8 and floating around 7-9 win season. And really, with the scheduling, you can win 8 or 9 games and not beat nobody, honestly, because our schedule is pretty soft this year again. I'm glad we don't got Florida State on the schedule based on the way they look game one. Clemson looks like they're back. We got them. Miami is Miami. Like, it's like I never know what we're gonna get with Miami. Like, it's like they're always supposed to be good. It's Miami. It's a Florida school. But you just, I'm not a big Beck fan really. But as of now, he's the number 2 candidate on the Heisman. So, we'll see. Pittsburgh plays us tough no matter how good they are, how good we are. They always play us tough. Virginia, that's always, even when we had Lamar, it was coming down to 1 possession games.
They played a tough game against North Carolina State. They came down to the final drive today.
Yeah, they actually they had me shaking a little bit. I took NC State questionably when I made a little parlay today, but shockingly, guess who let me down on my. I had a nice 10-legger, hit 9 out of 10.
Kentucky.
Nah, well, I had UK. I just took Ole Miss money line.
Is it Florida?
Okay.
That's
SMU. They lost?
Yeah, TCU was sneaky. Yeah, they came back on them 2 overtimes.
yeah, nah, Baylor. It was Baylor. They beat them
Baylor, my bad. I said TCU. Yeah, Baylor.
45-2. They was winning almost the whole game.
I didn't know they
They
lost.
were winning the whole game. They were up double digits early in the game.
Does Louisville have SMU on the schedule?
We do.
Yes, we do right before UK. That's our last.
Yep.
That's gonna end up, to me, I'm scared it's gonna look like that Lamar Jackson Houston game before UK. Because it's SMU, you're going down there. They're a good team.
It's right after Clemson as well. So
shit. Well, them boys better get ready.
Yeah, no.
And then also, the only thing I was gonna say to everything that Rodney said was that maybe there needs to be a compromise in Brahms thing where he doesn't go get a 5th-year guy. You go get you a transfer as a redshirt freshman, sophomore. Go get you somebody who's shown maybe the ability to digest that level that you want him to come and step in at, but at the same time still have a higher ceiling, because I feel like what you're saying is when you get them 5- and 6-year guys, you know where the ceiling's at.
Yeah,
And generally, if they're a transfer who's a 5- and 6-year guy, is that a guy who's really going to get you to the national championship? If we're not talking about a Joe Burrow from Michigan, Michael Penix, okay, maybe I give you that one, but he didn't win one. So who else are you going to give me? Jake Coker, who went to Florida State to Alabama. He's a Florida State guy, went to Alabama. So that's why when you're talking about transfers and winning and how that goes to success, there's not too much evidence to support.
And you say you're not a Beck fan, but I mean, that's the type of, if you want a 5th-year graduate transfer, it's going to have to be someone like that. He played big time.
Right, because like him and Miller Moss are kind of the same. Of course, Carson Beck's bigger, but Carson Beck can throw on the run. Miller Moss can't. He can't. When the pressure comes, he doesn't seem to be able to do as much as Carson Beck does, and that's the small things.
Yeah, and he's to me, I think he's too small in the pocket to not be able to be mobile. Like, because I didn't realize his size.
Yes.
Like, I was like, oh man, when I watched the game yesterday, I'm like, oh damn, like
one maybe.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of them, it's like, I get when you transfer, because again, this is high school, but my son is on he transferred from Central to Ballard. So I get the transfer, but it's like, you get maybe one transfer that it's like, okay, I get it, better situation, just fresh start. But when you're on transfer 3 and 4, it's like, what's the issue? You know what I mean? Like, you had your boy show. No, granted, this is no shot at him, because I don't feel like he was the problem with last year's team. But at the same time, he was on his 3rd school, and it's like, where's the stability in that? Like, yeah, he was solid for us last year, but we knew that was it. With that and Plummer, everybody knows what it. We don't even gotta go into. Everybody know how they felt about Plummer. Like, and granted, Miller Moss, I think a lot of his myth is off of stomping us out in a bowl game. It seemed like a lot of last year, he basically lost his position, seems like.
What scares me about Miller Moss is that he's a California boy, and for right now, he looks more like a curated, like from the ground, like nurtured quarterback. and he doesn't seem like a football player to me.
No,
I can see
That's what I'm scared of.
I can see that. And real quick, back to you talking about he can't scramble that well. It's almost you have to be able to now. I mean, I'm just watching college football games. It be quarterbacks dropping back. I don't expect to be able to, and then they start moving. I'm like, oh, he can move a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like just it's something that's necessary now.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
Before we move on, regardless of Clemson, like, what is your grade so far for Louisville?
So far for Louisville, I'm gonna go with a C. I'm gonna give us a C right now. EKU, yeah, the score looks dominating. We had questionable turnovers in that game. Did we throw a pick six?
Yes.
And it's funny that the guy, do y'all know who the guy was that pick sixed us?
I don't know his name, but did he play for us or UK?
He's from he did play for UK previously. But that game, and then I feel like in the JMU game, why I question stuff is I feel like they were more physical than us, and that's a big issue. Like, and also we're just for as talented as what we supposed to. They was talking about our receivers and skill position players was very B. Without that backfield, our running back depth chart, we in trouble on offense. Honestly, Colin Lacey at times outside of special teams plays, I'm not really seeing his presence on the field. So yeah,
I think that's our fault not getting him the ball. 2 catches. Chris Bell has 6 catches. You see, you can't tell me we can't target him more. And one was on a little screen. And then Chris Bell didn't do, besides his 1 catch, he didn't do much better. Besides that 1 long catch, he probably had 5 catches for 30 yards. And then Colin Lacey had 2 catches for 20 yards. I'm gonna blame Miller Moss right now. I understand what you're saying, but yeah, keep going.
But that C is like, it's a very disappointing C though, because I don't know if because Petrino did this at times, look very vanilla until we played somebody and needed to open it up to get everything going. But I don't think we've really been in the position over the past few years to really start off. I think we just need to come out and establish ourselves and then go from there and then start. You know what I mean? I don't feel like we're in a position where it's like, okay, these guys are really good. Let's dive down the year with Louisville and Florida State when we busted them with Lamar. I felt like in those Syracuse games and early, if you go back and watch them, we were just like, all right, we got the better athletes. We're going to beat y'all. We got Lamar Jackson. We're going to beat y'all. We didn't really go crazy.
Well, Florida State walked in, and then we broke
their backs. We opened it up,
yeah.
and we, but I feel like we knew we had the dudes to do that. Who's the dudes that we got? Isaac Brown, Duke Watson, and Keon Brown. Those guys, other than that, like, who's the dudes that you know what I'm saying?
I don't know where to place the blame is so early and shit like that, but that's bad play calling, that's bad execution. That's like you said, you're not wanting it bad enough. I saw them in a whole bunch of short yardage situations. They were 7 of 17 on 3rd down. Whole bunch of short yardage situations. They put School in and he just run.
We know what he was.
We know what's coming. He wasn't passing the ball, and then when he finally did at the end, it was an interception.
It was one pass, bro. He threw one pass, so like you know what he's doing when he comes in. The only thing
his touchdown run, they didn't want that shit neither. He ran through like 2 niggas who was like,
what did I say to you, Rodney? I got
soft.
Scared. I got scared at that point. I was like, oh, they giving up.
That's here. That's
I was
here.
like, oh, y'all
you niggas don't
up?
want to play on Sundays. Y'all don't want to play on Sundays because that's a business decision. And obviously you ain't about your business. That's the way that I would feel if I'm the coach.
Nah, sir.
No, like that play, back to you said the O-line, I don't know if I didn't pay that much attention because we was busting EKU, but I was like, wait, like, are they not, they can't run the ball, like, because of them? I noticed that. And then something I said to both of y'all, this ain't about X's and O's. This is about, like, we in a dogfight with James Madison and our players out there celebrating over first downs and shit. I don't know. Just to me as a coach, like, I'm fired up off that shit. Get the fuck off the field.
You saw Brom in the press conference. Then you going into the fourth in the coach's interview going into the 4th quarter.
I didn't see him. Oh,
they
yes.
asked him something and he was
stale. He was stale. He was
I think at the end of the day, it's happened good. JMU's a good opponent to have a second game. You see where your flaws are. You're not playing some weak niggas, so your flaws are actually huge to me. And then as a coach, I'm saying, you don't want it bad enough. Now let's see who really wants it this week. Bowling Green's also I think they only lost by like 14 today, whoever they play somebody good.
Hey,
so I'm looking and I'm like,
they a MAC
yeah,
team,
the
man.
MAC schools.
The MAC's been playing everybody.
Yes. Did Ohio beat West Virginia earlier?
The last I seen it, West Virginia was up a touchdown. No. Ohio was up a touchdown.
10-10. I think they ended up winning. I could be wrong.
And then last week, it was a couple of games where they played Big Ten schools tough. So it's like it ain't gonna be. We know they're gonna be physical. They're gonna run the ball at you. They're probably gonna have a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, Satterfield had a tough time with them today. I ain't gonna say a tough time because they was up 21-3.
So
but at the end of the day,
they won by 14. But I watched.
And then Ohio beat West Virginia.
Cincinnati they played Nebraska tough last week.
Yeah, they did. They did well. But nonetheless, yeah. To digress, that's Brahms pissed. And what do you think about our defense? Before we switch subjects,
I'm not. I feel like there's been plays that's been made that they got to be better at. But honestly, they saved us yesterday for real. Like, I mean, it's like I seen a video of Braum and English getting into it. I guess we had to burn a timeout or something, and you could see Braum.
Shout out 35KY Sports. Nah, you good.
And you could see Braum saying, basically calling him out like, well, "What are you doing?" And you could see them going back and forth, and then at the end you can see English saying, "Look at the scoreboard." And some people, I guess you can take it either or. Taking it as you're overreacting. We're looking at the scoreboard and time. We're about the game over. Or I took it as look at the scoreboard, look what the defense is doing versus what the offense that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I took it as it's like we're doing our job. Y'all not doing your job.
Right.
And so I think that the defense kind of
get on your brother. Get off my ass.
Yeah. So it's like I took it as the defense. He was saying we're doing our job. So defense has been pretty solid. But again, my judgment's after Pittsburgh. I can't judge off after JMU and EKU. We're supposed to win those games. We're supposed to dominate them. We're supposed to have the better player. So it's like I'm not impressed with. I'm not gonna get on her and talk about we beat JMU and EKU. Like. It's like that's what we were supposed to do. Granted, it would be a little different if a dominant win with a, what I'm saying, like in all assets of a game, crisp, playing a clean game. We haven't really played a clean game yet either, and that's what's kind of scary. But again, this is what makes sports so special is the development of a team. So hopefully we can watch them develop because we've also had teams who started very hot and watched them fall apart at the end. So
we just talked about it with the Houston.
So I mean, so again, my measuring stick is really going to be Pittsburgh. Get me on the show next week if we lose.
That's 2, isn't it 2? Yeah, it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay. So we got a bye week. No, you did just say
we got Bowling Green.
Bowling Green, and then Pitt.
Yeah.
Now, before we move off this, I just want to say. We going so hard because we love this shit. So
Yeah. People be thinking we be.
I'm a diehard Louisville fan. That's what people don't get. Like
we all are.
I heard somebody tell me I was a UK fan because I was saying something and basically just putting something in perspective, but it was a positive for UK. And they like I'm like, dude, I barely wear blue clothes. Like I'm not a UK fan. I love sports. I know something about other teams. Like. For instance, I seen just come across the screen Hawaii play at 12:05 tonight. I'll probably be watching that game, and I don't know who the hell's on Hawaii's team. All I know is Tommy Chang is the head coach. Like other than that, I just love watching sports. So it's like I'm gonna keep it real. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Like,
and that's a talking point from our resident objective Cardinals fan.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we gonna go back to your high school days real quick. You went to Wagner, and I'm just playing. You went to Wagner and Seneca. You was a hooper.
Red Hawks.
Who are the best players that you've played against, like AAU, high school, whatever?
I would have to say maybe my 8th grade or freshman year or something. We played Eastern before Rondo went to left for Oak Hill. I played OJ Mayo in AAU my 8th grade year when he played for D1 Greyhounds. They had OJ, Bill Walker. They had I mean, their front court lineup was like 6'7", 6'8", 6'10", like as 8th graders. And then that's not me including those.
How big was y'all center?
I was a guard, but I played our center. I was the guard.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
Me and Montreal were guards, and we were the power forwards and centers. Like, and we was both 6', 6'1". Like, it was like
okay, Villanova.
Like, right. So, and then because there's some that I'm forgetting. I played against Mr. Basketball from 2007, Stefan Pettigrew. I'm gonna include somebody as far as in that list, just as far as the best. But I played with him is Montreal Williams. He was a 2-sport athlete at Seneca, and I mean, athletically wise, he was probably the best athlete I've ever played with. Like just natural ability, what he could do. He was probably damn near 1,000-yard receiver his senior year. Probably averaged 18 to 20 a game one year. Like he was a real deal athlete. So let me see who else. We played against. He never flourished to anything. It was like one of those things. When Billy Gillespie was at UK, he had recruited a 7th grader, a 6th grader, or something. They gave him a scholarship. He was from went to June Buchanan, June Buckman, or something one of them Eastern Kentucky schools. But his name was Blake Stepp or something. I mean, when they say a dude got. And as soon as he come in the gym, that was his range. He was pretty solid, but he just never really got better freshman year all the way through. So his scholarship to UK never amounted to anything. Offer, I don't even really know where he went to, but he was pretty tough. Jasmine Ferguson, he went to Moore High School. He plays 10, 15 years of pro ball. I'm pretty sure he's still overseas playing pro ball. And then, of course, he's in Johans from Ballard was always, nightmarish when you got to play them. So,
in any of those games against OJ or Rondo, was you guarding them?
No, Rondo wasn't really in the game much because again, that's my freshman year, so I wasn't really in the meaningful. Then OJ, no, because again, the size of his team, our matchup really didn't, even though he's 6'4", there was 8 other dudes bigger than him on his team.
Right.
So yeah, but as far as personally had a guard, I had to guard Stefan Pettigrew. He was a handful because I mean, I'm pretty sure he played football too, so he was very strong. So but yeah, we had a lot of talent. Just a lot of guys are playing out of position, so it's like, it's hard to get to that next level because you're being judged on the position that you're playing in that moment.
Projected.
Yeah, so
right.
So yeah, Rondo used to my dad's friends with Dirk Babbage and some of them guys used to coach and stuff with Bibby, and that's when Rondo was at. He used to done all that stuff, so they actually used to hoop on Wednesdays up at that church on Brownsboro before you get to Indian Hills. I can't think of the name. It's that little white church on the left. But yeah, we used to be up there every week. We used to see Rondo. That's when he was. This is around the age that you talking about. Though.
Yeah.
So that's why it's all the same.
Playing against Rondo and watching him play early, it was crazy. It was his defense ability that scared you. You didn't even want the ball because you just like, man, he's gonna harass me.
Fucking big ass hands and long ass arms.
Right, hands are ridiculous. Could you tell? You know how we playing football, you can see somebody on the field. You're like, nah, that's D1 right there. Were they out there like that?
Yeah, there was a lot of guys that you looked at and you just like, okay, yeah, that's what a D1 guy looks like. Again, 20, you knew kind of early 6'5" point guard and a real point guard. And
Right.
you looked and seen him playing, you like, okay, that's a D1 talent. You know what I'm saying? He's doing
Yeah.
everything that the smaller guy can do, and he's doing it better, more efficiently, and you're bigger.
Easier. Yeah.
It's like you're a D1 talent. I also played against, and he probably was the biggest, but nobody, Bud Mackey.
I remember that. I think we went up to Owensboro or something. I don't know. One of them, I remember going to Owensboro.
Yeah. And dude was like that, but got in a little trouble in high school. But he was top 5 player nationally. I don't know if he was committed to Indiana, but he had a scholarship offer to Indiana as a freshman. Again, another guy you can look at and see 6'6" point guard, 2 guard. You like, okay, yeah, that's D1.
Yeah.
Vontae was another one. I knew early. You knew when you seen what he was doing.
Sure.
You was like, oh, that's the D1 football player,
right?
I'm trying to think, is there anybody else on our teams where we were like, maybe Justin Green,
on
maybe
our
Chris
team,
Dow?
Aaron Cosby.
Aaron Cosby. Yeah, we saw it.
But I was just talking about you to be fans. I was telling him, I was like, nah, Marcus was him in Little League. I was like, he got all the awards that everybody got, that all the top dudes that I said he got them awards in Little League. I said
he got harassment. I don't give a fuck.
I put my picture with Matt Leinart up here.
Man,
he got that harassment.
Right. That's what I told him. I said, and plus I said they rode him so tough when he was playing Little League. I said, dude,
why are you laughing?
He couldn't do nothing after the game because he would have to go probably take an ice bath. I said he was literally lined up at quarterback, running back, play linebacker. Like, what'd you want him to do? Like
kicker.
But then I would go be the gunner on kicker and I go make the tackle.
Get out of here, bro.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I forgot. That's funny.
If I was another parent,
I was kicking.
Man, make this nigga go play up, man. Get him off the damn field.
Right.
Man.
Get him off.
I was parents on my
certificate.
Hey, bro, I was kicking 20-yard field goals second year junior. Look, I was warming up. The seniors was like, who the f is this, dude? Why is he kicking field goals way out here, bro? Bro, this is junior football. Who the fuck is gonna kick a field goal, dog?
Right.
But yeah, even there was own parents on on my own team who was like, F this nigga, get him out the way. So it wasn't even just opposing. Yeah. It wasn't opposing.
That's hilarious.
It was good time.
Real quick before we get off high school basketball. So is there anything that like you would do differently? Like let's say you get to go back, or you like, it is what it is, how it worked out.
And I have one last question too.
If I could
after that,
I would have toughed it out at Seneca. I wouldn't have transferred. They would have, just sports. You get in your feelings over stuff. Stuff don't work out, go your way, and sometimes we can have an overreaction or something. And I feel like I had an overreaction to just. Sometimes it's not about the talent of the kid or why he ain't playing. Sometimes it's just wait your turn and your talent and the immaturity don't balance out enough yet. So it's like, wait your turn. You may be more talented or something than somebody or this person, but their maturity is so much bigger than yours that your talent ain't closed that gap. So I would definitely waited my turn. I would have played more sports in high school. I feel like I was good enough in football that I could have played high school football. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could have got on the field by my junior, senior year some and played some. Just to enjoy, it goes back quick. I got a junior in high school now. Like, so that tells you how fast as them went by. So I would have did track, just enjoyed it more. Because I think as a kids, we think it goes back. It's going by slow and you realize how fast it really is. So I definitely would have stayed at Seneca and just continued to play, fought through a little adversity and just, would have prepared you for different things. With my kids personally, like with coaching AAU, you kind of start seeing a bigger variety of kids. So you realize quickly that, okay, yeah, you're probably not going to reach this level because look how many, just the realistic of everything. Sports ain't just about the now. It's building character for life. Like, you know what I'm saying? on a lot of issues. So I definitely would have did it over again and stayed at Seneca. I just feel like it was overreaction in the moment. I don't necessarily, I'm not saying I regret it either, going to Wagner. But I felt like that decision to transfer and leave Seneca over the overreaction made it easier for me to quit at Wagner once you just like realize that, okay, we're not very good. This, this is going on. I want to work or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely wish I would have stayed there in tough.
Yeah, kids, take that into account. Transfer culture. I was playing.
Well, see, now the transfer.
No, I feel you though.
Now, it's so big and different now. Hell, a lot of kids is
I know.
transferring to a place already established that behind the scenes of what's going. You know what I'm saying? That just, if we're being honest, this ain't me trying to tell on nobody or nothing. It's just the realness of the situation of everything. If we're being honest, like parents know what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
so the transfer culture now is a little different because most people are going into it knowing what to expect. Now, granted, coaches could lie, but most people go into it with a position already that, okay, we're going to go here and this is already established, so.
You think coaches wasn't calling me in middle school?
Come on now. Come on. I remember I wasn't even where a coach came and watched me play my 8th grade year in basketball. And I didn't even play middle school football in seventh grade was my last year ever touching the football field. He seen me playing in basketball and he was with a guy who coached me when I was younger in basketball. And he was like, yeah, he played football too before. And then the guy was like, started talking to my parents about football. And I'm like, bro, you sitting here talking to my, sitting here and calling about that. You ain't never even seen me play or nothing. So I was like, the fact that he was calling my parents about me playing football, I was just like, I only imagine what you're doing for a kid that's actually good in football. Like, I definitely get it. And that we're not gonna talk about how long ago that was, but today we already know how it is. It's damn near schools probably trying to get kids NIL in high school too.
Right.
I ain't even trying to be funny or say nothing, but that new rule, not being able to text kids, JCPS employees and shit like that. I'm like, shit, it might lightweight F that up.
Nah,
you feel me? We know the real reason why it was put into place.
Nah,
but we ain't talking about that. We ain't gonna talk about that.
It's crazy. But the thing with that is coaches are still gonna do what they do. And I'm speaking from Ballard. My son is at Ballard, and one thing I can say, they're very strict with it. Hell, us as parents barely get a response back now, and I get it. Everybody's trying to walk that line of figuring out the wiggle room with the rule and everything. So I definitely get why they put it in place, but it's making a lot of trouble for the good guys. But you got to weed out the bad guys first. And as we see, it's a unfortunate events that's been playing out. I'll probably say since COVID, there's been unfortunate events of, inappropriate relationships of adults and kids. Been several instances, so I definitely get it.
Yeah, because COVID opened like that pathway when it comes to formal communications and not doing things the traditional way and all that stuff. So I see what you're saying.
So I definitely get it, but it definitely makes it hard for the good guys. Because say you take a school like Shawnee, who may not have as much, and this is no knock to anybody if tuning in, me saying Shawnee, but if we're honestly speaking, if I compare Shawnee to Ballard, the parent involvement, Shawnee's coaching staff is probably doing a lot for the kids that they have. They probably are maneuvering a lot of kids around to summer league games or whatever. Like parents may be at work or don't have the transportation. And what about a coach like that? What about a coach who can't just write a parent and talk to the parent because the parent ain't around because they're at work or having to do whatever extracurriculars with other kids? So what's supposed to be the form of communication to get that kid involved? So it's definitely, we're going to have to figure it out.
Who's about to adopt that rule soon? Teddy Bridgewater's old school district.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh, they're definitely.
For sure.
And
that's the way to stop that.
And that was for the good old boy club right there, what happened, because they seen what Teddy was about to do down there.
He was about to take over all them little private, little St. Thomas Aquinas. Like he's
this
about to
dude
go
up
crazy.
out of her, get him up out of her, and that's basically was AMO. And again, I'm not trying to make this a black or white thing, but all it hurts is normally
It's have and have nots.
it normally hurts the kids of color, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was about to say it's have and have nots. It just depends on what marginal group you want to affect that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, keep going, shit.
So back to earlier, you said what were you talking about? Like not giving up for adversity. I was like, he sound like a true coach right now. Or you said
Coach Rod.
It builds character for life. That's what you said.
Yeah,
Yes,
which
sir.
is true.
Yeah,
but it remind.
No, you can go ahead.
No. I was about to say I was just
99% of us in reality are playing sports for that reason.
For real.
Because we're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
We might not see it that way as we're doing it. You know what I mean? Everybody in their head, oh, I'm doing something. Until senior year, you like, yeah, this ain't happening. I knew my junior year I didn't want to play no more after high school. I wasn't bad. I probably could have went D3. You know what I mean? If I would have pushed it, but I didn't care. No, I was literally like, I'm done.
Man, my son is growing as a young man at Ballard right now, having a time of his life. He's meeting new friends. They're building bonds with his teammates that, you know, I can't say that I would take this over, you know, my son getting a D1 scholarship or something like that. But I can say really ain't too much can't really replace that. It's still at the same time as far as watching him develop into a young man and being a real kid that he truly liked being around. And just really watching a lot of these, because I feel like the culture of a lot of these young kids are selfish now. You know, a lot of kids don't like each other. A lot of them are jealous of each other. But really watching these kids at Ballard like each other, like I love it for them because again, I look at how they're just with that later. This is going in his junior year. This year they should be pretty good. His senior year it could be there even better because they have a kid that's potentially could be 7 foot that's going to have every coach in this region all over the nation in Louisville drooling over him in the next couple years. And they got other talented young kids, but so they're going to have some special teams and that's what I keep telling him. I'm like, y'all have a chance to make special runs to where it's going to make y'all build and get a lot closer with each other. So definitely watching them with each other, I love it. And watching them, now granted, they could, feel away, but you don't see the bad body language. You don't see the selfish basketball plays being made. So it's just like they got a chance to be special. Just they gotta just completely buy in, and you know how it is. Like they're a lot of them, they either young or kids who are inexperienced playing varsity. So it's like buy in defensively. They got a chance to,
everything else will come.
Yeah, be one of the better teams in Louisville.
That's what's up. Shout out to the group at Ballard.
Right, and I put that up because I know I be.
We see what's brewing,
but
we see what's brewing.
I mean, it's basically the same thing. Like I went there, you know what I mean. I wanted to go to Manu and at Ballard, and I never regretted that. Like after my 4 years there, like you said, I've made friends that like I'm still friends with them. It's a melting pot. You got people
was just on my porch. He was just on my porch an hour ago.
Right. So yeah, you got people from all over the city that all in this one school, this one building. Yeah. So I'm sure that he's having the time of his life, and you just watching him grow up, and that's why I really like Ballard. But back to the coaching. So give me your favorite thing about coaching, and also, are you going to in the future try to go for any coaching jobs? Are you done with coaching?
So honestly, my favorite thing about coaching is watching kids develop, get better. Of course, everybody want a ringer kid to come see you good, make you look good. But for myself, there ain't a better satisfaction than watching the kid getting better because of being under you and certain things. And at the end of the day, it's still on the kid because the kid got to put in the work and listen. But the guidance of you watching them get better, man, and just watching kids, when you believe in them, they believe in you and go hard for you even more. So watching a kid know that I believe in them and to do whatever I ask them to do in the moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? I shout out to Gary on Hobbs, probably one of the 2027 football players. He plays at Atherton High School.
Shout out to Atherton. Shout out to Jalen. Shout out to John Giddens. Shout out to the whole squad. My bad.
He's probably one of the best kids in the 2027 class. I mean, he's got scholarships from the who's of schools, and he was really, I coached him in AAU and elementary, and he was like the general on the floor. He was my man on the floor, and he was truly one kid that literally would run through a wall for me. Literally. Hell, I literally watched him go save a ball, run into a wall head first, have a concussion. Sometimes I told him, dude, chill out. You're doing too much. I believed in him. He already has the dog mentality, and he was really, and it wasn't just him. I had a bunch of, kids, because when I really look back at my basketball teams I had, it's only a couple of them that really became basketball players in high school. Most of them are like playing football, develop into a football player as their main sport. But it just watching the mentality of just like, I'm gonna do whatever you ask from me. Like, even if I can't hit this shot for you, I'm gonna dive on this floor. Make sure, just the little things. So it's really that, and just I miss the peace of mind going in the gym or being in between the lines of just even. It's the same mentality as playing a sport. When you step in that gym or on that field, nothing else matters in that moment. So you got an hour or two of peace, of just what you love to do or what you want to do. Just.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it definitely. And then as far as
Nigga, Shamari need a
no, what you gonna say?
I was gonna say Shamari gonna need a coach, nigga.
What my nephew is, I don't know if my sisters now can really handle my coaching, because
Yeah, your approach. Yeah.
I'm a rip them, but I'm pretty sure they got thick enough skin. But I'm a rip you. I rip my own son. My nephew and my kids are gonna get it the worst out of anybody. It's just what it is. Or any kid that parent put that kid in my care after we leave the gym too, like meaning you're coming over my house or I'm feeding you or those type of things. You're getting the uncut coaching from me that is just like, hey, you're gonna sink or swim with it. And most kids respond well to it. Honestly, if we're being, it's the parent that has the problem with it a lot of times. And this brings me to the answer your next question. I'm torn between I got an 8-year-old who plays soccer right now, and we probably get him in track also. But he's starting to fall in love wanting to play basketball. Because my nephew plays, my best friend's son plays. He's always been around it, but I think he was kind of reserved to it because he's seen my approach with his big brother. So he's like, I don't know. But now he's kind of starting to get the itch and wanting to play and want to train. And now his thing is, well, you coach Rodney, you got to coach me. So I'm torn right there with that. But the last year I coached was about 2020, 2021. In those 4 years, the coaching has evolved so much, meaning the aspect of dealing with parents. I don't know if I can deal with it. The parents it's different now. Parents are unrealistic about where their kids are at, as far as skill level wise. I'm not a big fan of the highlight culture.
Me either.
I can't, I might lose my shit on the sideline. I get that. Now, granted, there's some plays that it's worth you being hyped about. But I may lose my shit on the sideline if I have a kid who goes and dunks on somebody and then goes and finds the camera and damn near runs off the floor and causes a big
Right.
Right. I
Real
might grab
real
the
quick.
camera. Hey, this is why I don't coach either. But keep going.
Like real quick, there's a difference between like I just got this nice dunk and showing some passion, like just the yell flex and I'm about to go over to the camera and do it. Then I mean, just some of the stuff that you
There's a
see, you just
respect
be
for
like,
there's a respect for
you
yourself in the
like, come
game
on,
and
right?
everything that
and I
you are
feel
Well,
like
lacking.
I hear you.
so I
And
feel like
that's my job to teach you that. I'm the coach, nigga.
so I feel like there's a lack of respect for the game now. I feel like there's just I don't
You
really know
two
how to
hoopers,
explain
nigga.
it, but it's just like
We see it.
respect the game,
And it'll respect you.
I'm not a fan of, I always say to my kids, don't do something in a game with the referee that you wouldn't do at Shawnee Park. And Shawnee Park, Des Perez, Seneca Park, whatever park you want to say hooping at. If you're
Wyandotte.
outside and there's nobody to just protect you, you wouldn't do it a lot of times. I wouldn't dunk on you, Rashad, at Shawnee Park and then mug you. You know what I'm saying? Because now we got to fight.
Because
There's nobody
Rashad's
there
gonna
to
punch you.
protect me.
Yeah.
But in the game, I can dunk on you and touch you, and then I just get a tech or something or whatever. I'm not going to be touched that it's going to escalate into a foul. So I hate seeing all the extraness of that because you're not going to do it at the park setting. So it's like, there's a lot of things with the game I don't like her for now.
He said niggas is only gangsta in the booth. He said that.
For real,
They only
basically.
gangsta in the booth.
They only gangsta on wax.
Yeah, only gangsta on wax, cuz. On pine. They only gangsta on pine. What was I gonna say? What's everybody's top coach they would run through a wall for?
You can tell me mine, Marcus. You already know.
Go ahead, Rodney.
Talking about your top coach that you'll run through a wall for. I have to say
That you had.
that I had, and I didn't realize it in the moment. Now, granted, I worked hard for him. I improved the most on him, but hindsight, I didn't realize how the impact he had on me till later in life.
I know you about to say.
Branch, Coach Tony Branch. Shout out Louisville legend. He's a national champion for Louisville Cardinals. He was Seneca's head coach while I was there. His teaching, it just, he had me in the gym every day, from my 7th to 8th grade year. So I got to Seneca, just working me out, getting better.
We was over their house.
Yeah, over his house. He would, if I would call.
Shout out Lil Tony.
And again, this is something that a kid can't do today. I could call him at 10 o'clock at night and be like, hey, coach, I want to get some shots up. Can we get in the gym? I got my friend with me, my little brother. Can we go over here? And he would, pull up in the van. We go over there. He'd be in his it's like a trailer like at Seneca, being there doing whatever with school. We'd be in the gym all night.
Yeah.
And those are things that these kids today is never going to be able to experience because of some of the inappropriate behaviors that's been done by some adults. So,
Right.
but he definitely is a coach. I still run him to this day, and it's still so yeah, he definitely was a coach that I would do whatever he asked me.
I didn't know how good we had it. Cause like, I mean, how old was I? I was in middle school, maybe. I didn't know how good, like, to be able to, like you said, just, oh yeah, let's go play basketball. It's freaking 10 o'clock at night and have a whole gym to just go to, play threes, fours, whatever, how many people we had. Like, to me, I was just over having fun with y'all, like, just to understand it, like, nah, this ain't normal. Like, people don't have access to this.
Have access to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we be in there all night. Hell, we've been there so long where you almost we about ready to go to sleep somewhere. Like, and it was just like, I look at it like, damn, like, that man took his time out of his everyday life to come over and do this. Like, so in that moment, I really didn't realize. No, I always worked hard for him, but I didn't realize the impact later in life. I didn't realize just him allowing us to be in that gym. That's huge. I'm definitely been appreciative of him, and it just like, and also he was the first person that kind of like helped me learn the game. And when I say learn the game, I mean in being able to watch a game and dissect the play, of seeing the play develop and happen. He gave me that mindset. So it's a lot of basketball game that he definitely passed down.
Coach Branch. Who's yours?
I would have to go with Coach Brown. I mean, we
Go.
were absolutely 8, 9, whatever we were as juniors.
He's
That's
older than that woman.
Y'all
No, I
probably
guess you're
about
right.
10. Now y'all probably about 10 or 11.
maybe
10.
10.
10, 11. Yeah.
Seniors was 12.
Because I was
Right.
13 years old going into high school, so he's right.
So yeah,
Because
Coach
I didn't play my
Brown,
senior year, second senior
you
year.
played one. Yeah, you played one. But Coach Brown, he was tough on us. But like you said earlier, kids respond to that, especially if you wired like that. You know what I mean? There's some kids that will fold, but most kids, like, they're gonna respond well to that, like the challenge. And he definitely challenged us. He pushed us to limits that like you didn't even know, especially at that age, that you could do. We were winners though. We were winners, and we took that shit personally when we lost. Like, and that was, I ain't gonna say like it's because we as Pee-wees, I think the culture Hikes Point built was like that. But I don't know. That junior year was special. Like, it was we ended up getting our nice little trophies at the end. We got the little Letterman jackets. Like, that was a special year. So yeah, Coach Brown.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's just me thinking in my head. I'm like, I don't know how people feel because I know a lot of people love Coach Brown, but it was the way that Hikes Point was built from flag into Pee-wee that would even almost create that environment for Coach Brown to even do that with them kids where he can unleash type shit. Like, you ready? No, you ready. If you came up through this system, you ready type shit. So I'm sure some coaches probably like, Coach Brown gets all the credit or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but at the same time, like, y'all really helped in creating that. But anyways, yeah, Coach Brown. I will say Coach Bruce, when you talk about people's whose houses you can go over and me being friends with Kevin and him just keeping it real with me, like he never sugarcoated shit for me as a kid. So like, it was all, I still think about certain things that we talk about or just shit like that from back in the day where I'm like, yeah, you had an impact on me. Coach Judd's the same way. Coach Judd going over his house, growing up with them.
For sure.
And then also besides Coach Brown, like, I don't think it gets enough love about how much respect we have for the assistant coaches on that staff too. Coach Jackson, Coach Johnson, Coach Fidel. You know what I'm saying? I think about things like that too. So
it's a solid lineup. I mean, it's athletes, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't just people talking, like it was people is like, no, I did this already at a D1 level, you know what I mean? So
right.
Yeah.
It's cool.
All right. Let's keep going. What we got next?
All right.
Such an Aaron Rodgers fan on the line.
We already done gave our little takes about it. What you think about the A-Rod pickup? How you think the Steelers are gonna do this year? I want follow-up after that, but go ahead.
Okay, no, it just got real.
Yeah,
it's kind of like one of those things that with the Steelers, we have a just a culture where it's just like, where we're going to be at. We're going to be at least around the 9-win mark, boring type of offense, blah, blah, blah. But with the Rodgers pickup, as long as he's competent to be able to have a mid-level season of around the 12 to 15 ranking of quarterbacks, I feel like it's solid for Pittsburgh because we know what we're going to give on offense. We know what our defense is going to do. Special teams, different things like that. And so if he's around that mark, I think we can have a pretty good year. Now, granted, we just coming around the time where everybody else is offensively so good. We got the Ravens, the Bengals, and, those teams like that around us that we got to beat. But, as long as he's around that mark, we know what our defense is going to do. So it's kind of like one of those things. How special is the defense going to be? Because we're going to need those special plays where you block a punt and return it, or interception and get the ball on the 30-yard line, or on the other side of the other team, in their territory. And we've had seasons along those lines, championship run seasons, where it's defense that's leading that type of surge. But the potential of Aaron Rodgers, I'd rather would have took a young quarterback, and I feel like we could have took a young quarterback and still had Rodgers and let him grow under him for a year or whatever. But I'm confident we're gonna be around 10, 11 win mark. Because again, like people are making fun of us for signing an old guy, but name a quarterback that we've had over the past couple of years has been better than him. You got,
I mean,
that is good.
because
That's
like
good. That's good. I like that argument.
you got to
it's a
go
good
back to
point.
Roethlisberger. You know what I mean? Like you got to go back to Roethlisberger. That we got a competent
I can't
quarterback
say
that is
nothing.
just like, we done had Kenny Pickett, Trubisky, Russell Wilson, Phil. Like I
Stop.
mean,
You about to make me sick.
it's wild. We even went back and got Mason Rudolph, and it's no shade to Mason Rudolph. I feel like you gotta have that
He's
glue
a
guy
career
on your
backup.
roster to keep the room together. The league, you know what I mean? So
Definitely.
it's no shade at him, but those have been our quarterbacks.
Real quick, do you think he said the N-word?
Definitely think he said it.
to Myles Garrett?
Have we seen Myles Garrett flip out any other time in his career? Like, and
Not really.
he lost it.
Not like that.
He says
He did. He looked like yeah. I ain't gonna say
so.
what
I
I want to
definitely
say, but
think
yes, he did
for a
lose.
man to use that as a real weapon to just Donkey Kong hit you upside your head with it. Yeah, you said the word. You said that. Yeah, I don't feel like the teammates
Man, that's funny.
went after him enough. I feel like they went after Myles Garrett more to break it up. Could you imagine somebody swinging a helmet at Lamar Jackson? How the Ravens are going to react and be on him?
They would choke him out. They would literally choke him out. Like
They
they
gonna
would
act like
dog pile
Secret
on top of him
Service.
and suffocate. Okay.
They gonna act like Secret Service.
They would be moving niggas and kids out the way and shit.
For real.
Nah.
Like straight so we call our little nickname for the Steelers right now the Stale City. Instead of Steel City. So do you think the way they do business
It's
is
still
like stale? Like I don't know. You know what I
still
mean?
But we in the past.
All of the above, but they're never going to get away from it because we're still winning. We don't know.
Shit,
We haven't been in a dump.
bro. My towel fell as soon as he said that.
Dang. I didn't even notice. That's crazy.
That's
that a-
disrespectful,
is that a
dog.
sign?
It's like one of those things. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's kind of our motto. When you look at how mad are you really when the Steelers lose a linebacker or something along them lines, are you mad? No, because you just like, we're gonna plug and play. We're gonna plug somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
There'll be a new name.
We're gonna plug somebody in. I said we're gonna plug and play, and they're never gonna get like those things are receivers. When we lose a receiver, it's almost kind of like, well, we know we're gonna get somebody else. Like it just we always had. So it's like it's a lot of things that they just they're not as pressed about. It's more of a fan thing, honestly.
Right. I guess I don't know. I'll be lately about the Steelers. Already the first 2 weeks of Louisville, like I've been hard on everybody because I'm just like, man, I just get tired of the same old. It's all right. Like we gonna be 9-8, whatever. We might make the playoffs. We might be like one spot outside of it, and it's just like the same old. So it's either we take a step forward or we blow it up and just start over. You know what I mean? Otherwise, like you said, it's just gonna be same old, just right middle of the pack. I don't know. I'm just tired of that.
It says he's reconnecting, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. I wish they could see the face. The nigga thinking, ain't he? I was like, damn. I was about to be like, you heard me? Did you hear me, nigga?
Right. Fuck you, then, nigga.
Right.
Fuck you.
Like, bro,
It turned up that quick.
Right, quit playing, bro.
You think I invited you on here to do some
Quit
stupid
playing
shit like
my
this?
shit.
This is my shit. This is my shit.
This is my shit, nigga. Quit playing on my shit, bro. Quit playing on my top.
You be going down the rabbit hole with us, Rodney.
Rodney
was the one who brought us down the rabbit hole. He's the freaking white rabbit.
With the conspiracies and the,
pale white horse. Pale white horse.
Right. So.
Well, aren't we living it though, Rodney? Are we kind of not? Did they not plant the seeds back then to the shit we see today?
So I remember, and I wish she could hear this. I used to tell Angela all the time, in 10 or 15 years, a lot of stuff that you think that I'm saying that's crazy is going to be going on. It's going to be a world that we live in. And for myself, a lot of things that are going on today that I knew would be going on, it's still
tight.
So a lot of these things that's going on. Come on.
Yeah,
so a lot of
who let the dogs out.
So a lot of this stuff that's going on, I knew it was gonna happen. So, but seeing it is still shocking to watch it and watch the naive of everybody. The thing that I hear the most from people is basically like when you're talking about something that's going on. Well, I don't live there. What can I do about it? Or whatever. And that outlook is why it's gonna be able to happen to us, is because our outlook on stuff is, well, it's not happening to me, so I can't do nothing about it. I don't worry about it. Do you not think that eventually they're testing certain things out over here, and eventually it's going to become the way of life over here? And people just
Rodney, you're leading me into exactly what I'm talking about. Look. Let me ask you just straight up. So, do you think the testing that Bill Gates was doing over in Africa in the early thousands is the same shit that we're dealing with today? Over here.
Why wouldn't it be, man? Like a lot of the things that's going on eventually is the outcome of some of those things, or eventually we start over here, we're gonna start doing it over here. You know what I'm saying? And people can say it's conspiracy. It ain't conspiracy when the guy openly, there's a YouTube video that you can go find and says, I'm big on population control. And you know what the big thing is for population control for me is vaccines. I love vaccines. That's literally word for word what he said in 2000 and
it wasn't that long ago.
So it's definitely like, having the impact on different things. So for people not to think it's a conspiracy, it's like, no, it's not. He's literally saying it. But again, we're so naive, we take it as everything's a joke. It's like it's just like, oh, well, I'm not, again, it ain't affecting me, so I'm not worrying.
Speaking of things not affecting you, so you don't worry about it, do you have any opinion on AI and on not necessarily it, but what it does to our world?
I'm big on one thing. I will say it's the way. So we just got to accept it, and I got to make my kids introduced to it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and give you a big spiel on AI like I understand it and I use it and do all. I don't really deal with it much.
Right.
But I do know it's I'm big on my kids using it and operating with it, because it's gonna be their way. A lot of things is gonna get done with. Honestly, it's through AI. But with AI though, now it do make me question a lot of stuff. I don't question the truth of everything.
That's interesting. That requires more psychoanalysis, because I feel the same exact way. Only thing I was going to say on that tip is that they're saying it needs more power in order to learn more. In order to get more power, it needs more of our power, our land, our this, our that. So the only thing I was going to say is that in Memphis right now, they have a group of people. That's where Grok, if you don't know where Grok is, that's where his headquarters is. That's where Elon Musk was so big on Memphis for a minute. Memphis. That's where Grok's headquarters is. And people were saying that it's starting to poison the community, and it's mostly in the Black community. So that's, there's no follow-up question I want to ask you, but that's just something that we have to look at, because speaking of things, well, it doesn't affect me. Well, yeah, it doesn't affect us. And the way that I've been looking at AI development in Kentucky, I've been staying on top of it, is it's going to hit a lot of the rural counties. So it's not going to hit the West End. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not going to say it's not. It's not going to hit the West End like it's going to hit these rural counties. So basically it destroys our climate. It destroys our
And
it kills
Grok
us.
is
It kills
like
us.
a chat GBT. Just
Oh, my
just
bad.
like
It's Twitter's
yeah,
it's Chat GPT. My bad. It's Twitter's AI. It's Twitter's AI. So it's Elon Musk's AI. And it's really good, actually. It's really good.
right.
But it's killing black people in Memphis, supposedly. And he's doing it without any regulations or anything over any part of it. And that's part of the deal with Memphis.
So basically, it's like that the early thousands shit in Africa, except it's in Memphis and it's involving technology. You know what I mean? They're like pushing
That's
their
crazy.
limits on it, seeing how
Yeah.
far they can go with it. And like he said, if you think that shit gonna turn out good, you think they gonna keep expanding, you know what I mean?
Well, this is my thing then. You transfer it back. Stories come out. This was in the 1950s, 1960s, right? When you talk about, well, if you don't do anything about it then it's going to fester into something today. So like 1950s, the U.S. Army secretly released some zinc. This is in St. Louis, y'all. So we got Memphis under us and St. Louis beside it. U.S. Army was tearing down housing infrastructure, ghettos basically, and they were doing Cold War era experiments on how this stuff might spread in an urban setting. So basically the U.S. Army, while turning this down, purposely put this in there and then didn't know the effects. Now people in these communities are saying they're coming up with rare cancers and this and that and blah, blah, blah.
That's crazy. And then everybody's gonna be like, well, there's nothing I could do. It's like, how far will things go before it's anything anybody can do about it?
And then lastly, while we're on the topic of things that can happen to you, everyone was talking, I'm sure Koreans are probably looking at Hispanics and this ICE shit like, damn, that shit's crazy. And now I know you've seen what's happened. What factory did they pull up on? A Hyundai factory. And they took South Koreans out and started deporting them straight out the factory.
Straight from work?
Straight from work, yeah, South Koreans. So, when I'm looking at Hispanics, and other people looking at Hispanics, it's something that black people always say because we deal with this. This is the devil that we've dealt with for the last 400 years. So we know what he's on. So it's like, I'm trying to tell y'all, you sound like sinners. Tell the Asian lady, don't go out there. Feel me? Don't fall for that shit. Look at Rodney, he's laughing. Have you seen Sinners, Rodney?
Yeah, I seen it. That's a crazy.
Yeah. It's one of those that's like deeper than like the surface level.
Hell yeah. But no, that was just my whole this is shit that we usually be on. And then lastly, to sum all this up, President Donald Trump said he wants to change the Pentagon to the Department of War. Taxpayers could cost over $1 billion. We know what big of a deal he just did over the big, beautiful budget and all that shit and blah, blah, blah. And then on top of that, you see the Chinese president hosting all of our enemies and doing military exercises out there with them. Not to get too conspiratorial, but do you see something coming of this? That's the nicest way I'll put it.
I do. The big thing that people, again, Americans, are so naive. What's crazy is it's the black community, the naive, and it's crazy that we, the community, don't want to believe a lot of this shit because white people believe it. You know what I mean? Like, white people know the power of politics. And for whatever reason, the black community thinks everything is conspiracy. You either got people who are spiritual, who just, they just use the biblical, to get through with it. Or then you have the people who also don't believe in nothing spiritual, but then they're just like, that's the group that like, well, if it's not affecting me, there ain't nothing I can do
NPCs.
about it. So it's like a lot of people don't believe this, but why don't we think that eventually a war will brew on our soil? Why don't we think we've had attacks like, 9/11, different things like that, but we haven't had a flat out war. Why don't we think people are capable of that? Do we still think that we got the big bad image of we're the United States, nobody's going to touch us? Eventually, that's going to wear off. I'm not saying that we may not see it happen, but our kids, grandkids, and stuff might see it happen. So it's definitely we're definitely in scary times. And a lot of times when it to get too political on conspiracies, when a Republican's in office, we're definitely fueling for war a lot of times of some sort. But we're so far gone with a lot of issues that it just we may never get back. You know what I mean? And so yeah.
Yeah.
And I
like
gotta
what's
come.
normal now?
Right. Well, how do we go back to normal when that's not normal? That's not the normal. They should be just quick answer questions. You don't got to do too much. It'd be good for a little video, a little something. So, all right, let's see. Local talk show banner tomorrow. Gosh. Will it be wow, Louisville's worse than we thought or JMU's better than we thought?
JMU's better than we thought. Because I do think we got to respect them.
Is Miller Moss enough to get us where we want to go this season?
No.
Did you hear Amari Cooper's retiring? You think he'll miss the game? You think it's his last we'll see of him?
Yes, because I just feel like the past couple of years, injuries and just the stats wasn't there. I think that's probably the last that we've really seen of him. And by the way, for all the disrespect that Devontae Parker received from that receiver class, he was the most productive out of all of them. I feel personally. For everything you had, what was it? Amari Cooper, him, the kid from West Virginia that didn't last. What was it, Michael White or whatever his name was? He was a speed guy from West Virginia. See, I only
The one that was overhyped. The one that was
Yeah.
overhyped. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. But yeah, I think it's the last we've seen him.
Who's your favorite big man you've ever played with on a video game? A favorite big man.
He want to say Richard Jefferson so bad. He was like, see,
The Golden
That's
State,
disgusting.
the Golden State Warriors, Richard Jefferson.
right.
That's disgusting.
He used to ball out with him, bro. I mean, I would be fired up. Like, get the fuck out of here. Anyway.
40
All right. If you're at a sporting event and an athlete throws memorabilia to your son, but another grown man snatches it before he can get the opportunity to take it, what are you doing as a parent?
We knocking him off the bleachers, bro. We're going and just to push him on up. Give him a nice, you won't dive over here and get it. We're going to give you a nice little nudge to go on and flip on over this little row. But it's getting ridiculous, though. And all jokes aside, it's getting out of hand. When you just look at the guy at the tennis match doing that, you seen the guy catch the ball at the Phillies game.
Yeah, at the baseball. Yeah, the Phillies game.
And then the Kern comes running up, yelling at him. He was better than me because he gave her the ball. And he did no wrong. He caught the ball and gave it to his son. And it's like at the end of the day, like, these are for kids. These things are for kids, man. Let these kids. I'm not sitting here saying if it comes to you as an adult, you have the obligation to give it to a kid. But don't go fight a kid over it. These ain't just your average Joes. These are people with wealth.
People who can afford to see Steven sit that close for that to even be a possibility for themselves. Yeah, I already know. Who's worse, Bill Gates or Elon Musk? You gotta choose one.
Elon Musk, because Bill Gates, we know where he kind of stands at. You know what I'm saying? Musk goes where the wind blows him.
Interesting. I like that.
I mean, look at how he does Trump. One day they best friends, the next day he's airing out all his business.
Now next day he's talking about Epstein.
Yeah, like
it's crazy.
So yeah, I think Musk is more dangerous. They're both dangerous guys, but Bill Gates, we know where he's standing at. Musk, like you don't really know where he's standing on.
All right, these are my favorite 4 questions. This is for the Hunter household. Who is the messiest sibling growing up?
Rashad.
Who was the
Hold
tattletale?
Nika.
Who could cook the best?
At all the siblings, I'm not sure. I would say it would have to be me or Jazz by default because we were the older ones, so we had to trap. But we never was really in a position where we just had a flat out cook. We were spoiled. I mean, we made some things, but we wasn't cooking dinners and shit. So
Right.
But it was so.
And then who got in the most trouble at school?
Me.
That was a good.
But back to the question about the messiest, Rashad is a biased answer because me and him shared a room, and I was probably the cleanest. So just me and him shared the same living quarters, and I was
Right.
I was very neat. So then, therefore, you put it so it was like it was a difference. But yeah, it definitely.
I would even say me, because only thing I was about to say earlier was messy in what way? Are you talking about like cleanliness, or are you talking about like how we call people messy? Like,
Nah, just off the top of your head, just like not just who would you associate with? So
okay.
little brother
agree.
is normal. That's a normal answer. Baby brother.
I can agree with that.
That's funny. Yeah, those were my questions. That was it.
All right. I'm gonna do fact or fiction with you, Rodney, and then we get into the top fives. This is fact or fiction Louisville football edition. So
shit.
I'm gonna just say something. You say fact or fiction, and then at the end I'll let you know which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong. All right.
This is good.
Some are easy, some might be a little more challenging. 7 questions. First one. The football program was founded in 1912. Fact or fiction? Louisville joined the ACC in 2014.
No, fiction. Hold on. Fiction.
Fiction. All right. Our first bowl game was in 1958. Fact or fiction?
I have no idea. I'm gonna go with fact.
Damn.
Louisville used to have a live bird for the mascot at the games. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Teddy Bridgewater once threw for 7 touchdowns in a game. Fact or fiction? Mm-hmm.
Hella fit.
Papa John's Cardinal Stadium opened in... All right. And last one. Louisville played a bowl game in Tokyo, Japan.
Fiction.
Okay.
What did you just say?
Like, I don't even.
I swear, I don't even like the way he asked that question.
Let's go through them. All right. Yes, you were right. Fact. Louisville program was founded in 1912. Check.
Damn. UofL was founded in 1798.
Right. It took that long to get some football going.
Yeah.
Damn.
And the beer. You about to say the beer?
And the beer. And the beer.
Louisville did, in fact, join the ACC in 2014. You said fiction.
But
I thought it was 13. Or something like that.
So what year was it when we won it? What year did we win the championship? In 13?
So it makes sense. It was Big East. Remember, we won the Big East Syracuse in the
See, I thought it was 15 because I thought 14 then that meant we was in the AAC.
Oh.
Hold on 1 second.
He's about to get you on a technicality. It was 2014, 2015. It's 2014, 2015.
Because UConn won it that year when we was in AAC. Because you remember we smacked them.
Shabazz.
Yeah, we was 3-0. Yeah, there's Shabazz.
And what's the little dark skinned dude?
Yeah,
Boatwright. Tough. He was tough.
We announced it in 2012. We joined in 2014. Number 3, our first bowl game was in 1958. That is a fact. You said fact. Number 4, Louisville used to have a live bird as their mascot. That is fiction. You were right.
Okay.
Number
5, Teddy once threw 7 touchdowns in a game. That's fiction. You were right about that. He threw 5.
That was by default because I was like, Charlie Strong was his coach, and I'm like, ain't no way he let that nigga throw 7 touchdowns.
He would have taken him out, right?
He threw 5, so I don't know what game that was. He might have, if
Cincinnati or something.
He stayed in. I know. Who knows?
How did it be something like that?
Number 6, Cardinal Stadium opened. Not Papa John's Cardinal Stadium opened in 98. That's a fact. You got that right. And number 7, Louisville, in fact, did play a bowl game in Tokyo, Japan in 1989. It was a regular season game, but it was called the Coca-Cola Bowl, and it was against Syracuse, and we lost. So
that's crazy.
That is
what? I got to ask my parents about that. That would have been their freshman year in college. How come you never told me about that? What are you talking about?
That we went to Japan. So you got 1, 2, 3 wrong, 4 out of 7. Does that qualify him as a real fan? I'm just playing. Because some of those I wouldn't even know for real.
I would have gotten worse. I probably would have gotten 2 out of 7. I ain't even gonna lie.
That Tokyo, when I was like, what the hell?
That Tokyo, I didn't even like the way.
Bird one's
I didn't
crazy
like
too.
it. The bird one is a good one.
Right. I probably would have said, yeah. I could just
Me
see
too.
a cardinal bird in a cage.
Right.
I never heard of nobody say that before.
Right.
Yeah, right. I feel like we would have heard that shit.
Like a picture.
You remember
at
when the
least.
little cardinal bird was dunking on the rim back in the day? They trained that little like a pigeon. Nah.
I don't remember that.
You got video, nigga? The Will Chamberlain video?
Otherwise, it don't have it.
Hey.
Army, not to cut you off. Army just beat Kansas State. Army beat Kansas.
Oh. I love
They
being good
suck.
upset.
I thought Army sucked though. I didn't think.
I thought
Maybe
Kansas State was ranked or something to open the year. I thought
they
I'm
were.
pretty sure they were.
They
done
were.
lost
Them and
twice.
Iowa State. They were like 22. Hold on.
They done lost twice now.
The quarterback's dad and his brother got into a fight over in Ireland. Disgusting.
And then you see Oregon, what they did to Oklahoma State, bro.
Oh, that's what I was about to say.
But look, when I was looking at the spread, it was like 40 to open up.
It was 40 something. Yeah.
And I was like, ain't no way they're gonna cover this. Man, Oklahoma State's falling off.
You think he lost by as much as he possibly could just to make like a point that we need NIL at Oklahoma State?
But it ain't like he's a spring chicken. This shit's gonna get him far. Shoot.
So Vegas knew they was that bad?
I guess so.
Yes.
Damn.
Gundy got mad and said that I wish we had as much money as Oregon. If we had that, I'm sure we'd be the same way. I don't think actually we should be playing them. I think you should be playing people who spend the same amount of money as you. So then Oregon's coach was like, Oregon's coach was like, I'm sure you said that last week when y'all played Middle Tennessee State or whoever. And so I was like, so Oregon put it on him. Put it on him.
69.
Yeah, he's 60-90, and that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect.
That is actually. I was about to say I would have had a 70 piece, but no, 69 is a good number.
I'm putting this clip up tomorrow.
We can get it.
69 Gundy. He's 69 to duck in Oregon. It's crazy.
Right, get out of here.
Disgusting. Freaky ass nigga.
Right. That's my new insult on people. Freak ass nigga.
Yes, nigga. Straight up. He a fan. You
I'm
a coach.
I'm gonna start off our top fives. We'll let you go last. You the main event.
Go last.
The guest usually.
Shout out to Damo. He's gonna be mad at my list. I don't think he is, but I just gotta shout out to him.
He's gonna pop up real quick and be like, just shaking his head. Disappointed.
Brad Miller.
Right.
What's my boy? What's my boy from Michigan? Y'all drafted high.
Nick Stauskas.
I know you're talking about.
Nick Stauskas, Doug McDermott.
McDermott carved his way in the league out, so I won't go so hard on that one. But Stauskas, whatever the hell his name, I know you're talking about. That's
who else did they pick high? Who else did they pick high around?
Next time y'all have me on, I can give y'all a full list because I gave Shelton a full list of our draft over the past 10 to 15 years.
Next time.
We got some.
You're gonna have to give us your top 5 most disappointing Kings players.
Ben
McLemore, yes.
Tyreek Evans is damn near one of the best y'all have ever had.
Thomas Robinson.
My God, I forgot about him. Kansas as well.
That's
y'all
terrible.
love Kansas.
Kansas and Michigan F y'all over. Well, no, Chris Webber, so that's why they went back to that well. But still.
Right. The only reason we doing this is because this guy is a Kings fan. So
I've never seen one just like a Chargers fan.
Right. We ain't seen these. You don't see this in person often.
Yeah.
All right. Top 5 favorite Kings players. Number 5. Y'all might be like, what? I'm sorry, Jimmer for that. I know he didn't pan out in the league, but I'm going mainly off BYU. You can't tell me that everybody wasn't looking at like Sports Center just to see him shoot the ball. Like, I'm sorry. And
we definitely would. See, but the thing was, with me being a Kings fan, I knew what that type of player looked like for us. and I knew
Right,
what it was
right.
gonna be. You know what I mean? I knew what it was gonna be with Jimmer, and it's like we didn't have stability to risk that pick on him.
Right. I know what you mean.
I call Jimmer Fredette the super soaker because he went to be.
They out there when they out there dry humping and shit, what they call that shit.
Yeah, soaking when you stick it in and let it sit in there, and there's somebody up under your bed shakes the bed.
Like, boy,
so
you fucking
technically not doing it. So when you get to heaven, you can be like, God, that wasn't me. It was my roommate.
like,
Fucking.
no, you
He was
fucking.
pushing.
All
All right,
right.
keep going.
Number 4, De'Aaron Fox. The athleticism, the speed. For a while, he was putting them on their back. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I like his character too. Like he seems like a good dude. So
Good leader.
number 3, Doug Christie. It was a good role player. He's a good role player, and he was good on 2K. Like I used to, if he was still there in my little fantasy draft, I would draft
NBA
him.
Live for me. It was NBA Live, but
a shooter. He's a shooter on there. Number 2, Jason Williams. I'm sure he's gonna be on everybody's list. White chocolate, playmaking ability, has swag. Like I couldn't believe when I found out he's from West Virginia. I think you just told me like a couple weeks ago. I was like, West Virginia. I never knew that.
Rand County.
Crazy. I mean, imagine him out in West Virginia playing. Like, you know, he was selling out gyms. Like,
You know, he was pissing white people off.
Right, but they wanted to see him. You can't tell me they didn't want to see him.
White people love a white person.
Right, playing like that. And
they'll take it any way they can get it, even if he's dressing and talking black.
Fine.
Fuck it, get him in him. Fuck it.
And number 1, shooter extraordinaire, Peja Stojakovic. The shooting ability.
Damn.
Yeah.
No
I didn't
C-Web.
I'll get to that. I would tell Rodney I didn't like Peja, but Rodney know I love shooters. So I used to be like,
I love Peja.
Yeah.
New Orleans Peja, Dallas Peja, wherever I could get a Peja, nigga.
But me and him used to, you know, Dallas and Kings battling each other. So I would always be like, Dirk's better and this and that, which I still think so. But Peja
was. Y'all two have some of the better foreigners that ever played the game. Dirk, Vlade, and Peja.
Right.
What you
about to say?
No, I was just saying the Kings and the Mavs was the revolutionized the games. We was the first ones to take the risk on all the foreigners and sell out to that aspect of playing fast pace, shooting a bunch of threes. Not necessarily the best defensive team. You know what I'm saying? We was kind of the first blueprint of that.
Right.
Sometimes I wonder that if they experiment in smaller markets with gameplay, but keep going.
They probably do. I mean, it's a business. So if I had to remove one, it would be Jimmer to put Chris Webber on there. As much as we be
Damo's gonna hate you.
Right. I was about to say, as much he's gonna hate me, bro. It's nothing I can spin for him. But for y'all, as much as we be on here talking like old men, like this new game, I always loved shooters. I always thought, I don't know, I definitely thought of myself like, oh, I could shoot better than him. You know what I mean? Wherever we was at, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna shoot better than him. So I automatically, if you're a shooter, you get a bias from me.
All right.
That's my list.
Honorable mentions, I don't want to really give any, but I'm like you, C-Web, you on the outside in. Shout out Mike Bibby. Shout out Cyclopine. Shout out De'Aaron Fox. So you're probably like, who the fuck's that?
I know, shit. Hell, you got it.
Number 5, memorable in my head. This is like ABC, like Sunday type shit. You feel me? Bobby Jackson. I remember him like, I think he got fouled or something. They didn't call it. Then he snowbird. He was laying in the crowd. Then he hurry up and jumped in. They threw a full court pass to him. He hurry up and scored. Rodney remembers he was laying in the crowd, nigga, chilling and shit. Hurry up, got up, nigga, real quick, kick, and scored him a quick 2. I'm like, that's the Bobby Jackson I know, nigga, right there.
Right.
So shout out Bobby. Number 4, I gotta go Cousins. I mean, that shit was prime time when he was on the team.
Yeah.
He was on either fight somebody, get kicked out, dunk on a nigga. That was him in his prime. Like, for real. Like, he was really getting it in. So Shout out him. Number 3.
Lose
Number
it
2.
on our list.
He's going to absolutely lose it. So that's phenomenal. Number 2, Peja Stojakovic, of course. Number 1, you know, number 1 is white chocolate.
I was kind of scared I messed up the unanimous. We'll see. You ain't got to tell us yet, but I knew that was going to be your number 1.
Yeah.
That's going to piss Dom off so bad.
So
I halfway did that just for him.
my top 5, I'm gonna do it the same way y'all did it from 5 to 1, but this is literally gonna be my order. You know, 1 being, you know, my last being my favorite. This is literally my favorite of how they, you know. My number 5 is the reason why. Only reason why he's this low on my list is because we didn't get over the hump with him necessarily. But he is the reason why I really became a Kings fan early on. But and watching him in college, but I'm gonna go White Chocolate J. Will at number 5. He was must see TV. He put the Kings on the map. His rookie year of bringing that playground style of ball to the court. You know, when you undress a nigga like Gary Payton on the floor and have him standing around looking stupid, you got some work. You know what I mean? So he kind of that's really, like I said, I noticed him with Florida. I love
Rating his top 5. That's disgusting. That's disgusting word.
Somebody don't want this to happen.
Boy, tell me it ain't a Sacramento top 5 if I ain't never seen one in my life.
In the video, just cut it off right there. That was it. They never make it past that.
Couldn't get over the hump.
Bro, get out of here. They couldn't make it past that point. Story of the Kings.
Hey, I feel like it was intentionally done because of the Kings.
That's what we said. Bro, we literally just said that. That's what we laughing about.
But it's really where I'm sitting at. My internet is in the back of the house upstairs, so it's like but let me so I said number 5, J. Will. The last thing I was saying was his style of just, you know, we was taught to shoot, hold your form. I loved watching somebody go against the grain of break you down in your face and shoot a quick 3, no form, just quick. You know, it's just those things. But then number 4, I'm gonna go with Bobby Jackson. You know, reign 6th man of the year. Just microwave offense. You bring him in for a change of momentum, speed the game up, and he just his style of play. You know, small guy that could just hoop. Number 3, I haven't heard anybody say his name, so I know it's me being a true Kings fan, and he was the reason that got us over the hump, and he was the spearhead of it once we got Mike Bibby.
No
He's
way.
gonna say that.
Mike Bibby.
And yeah, because that's who got him over the hump. So I'm like, shit.
And that was a trade for Bibby, Jason Williams, and Bibby was the you know, he was in Memphis and they shipped Jay Will out to Memphis. And I got it. It was more like what I say about Trae Young. Sometimes guys got all the stats, look good, but they may not be that to get you over the hump. And I kind of feel like that's how Jason Williams were. He was a great player. I love him. But maybe his style didn't get us over, you know, quite over the hump.
Yeah, especially for that team y'all had.
Number 2.
Mike Bibby was definitely better.
Number 2, he may be arguably the best Kings player, you know, depending on who you ask, Peja Stojakovic. And then number 1, he's one of my favorite players of all time.
That's crazy.
I feel like he was the first hybrid type of forward, could handle the ball, shoot, you know, post you up, just play, you know, play that extended off the floor game, the what we see today in the pick and roll and all of that. Sewell. So that was definitely, most of my players is all your cornerstone King players are like from back then. I don't really feel like none of them modern day have done enough for myself. Cousins was a great talent. Probably the best, honestly, pure talent that the Kings have had in the organization. De'Aaron Fox is another one, but We just didn't experience winning enough under them. And I'm not mad at neither one of them. Both did it differently, getting their way out of Sacramento. I'm not mad at neither one of them. I'm not mad at his cousins as being volatile to get his way out. Because at the end of the day, if he wasn't producing, we would have got rid of him. So they just ain't do enough for me to make my. These were
I feel
guys
it.
that maybe if they never wore a Kings jersey, we may not be. We would. Not saying that we're not a bottom feeder of the NBA already, but it could have been even. We may not even had no 4 or 5 year run that where it was like niggas can joke on us, but nobody wanted to see us from 2000 about
Sure didn't.
2006 or 7.
Sure didn't. Niggas would have avoiding you like the
So
plague. Except for
What
L.
you
that's
want to
it,
say
bro.
any words about? You want to say any words about the Lakers conference
Yeah,
finals?
what happened with that?
All
I
you
know you got an
Lakers
opinion.
fans, I don't get how y'all able to ignore the fact that somebody literally went to federal prison for that, not just that series, but for games over the time that he roughed had a hand in on. And I ain't gonna lie, as a kid, I cried after that shit. Like, I was hot. I had some shoes on the line with my dad that I would have got if we beat them boys. And yeah, we lost. It was a sick feeling, but not to just put it all on them. There's a couple of plays that we make down the stretch. We win the game. I felt like down the stretch in the series, how what got us over the hump, the style of play, it hurt us at the same time. The
Interesting.
perceived softness of our team
Right.
kind of hurt us in the end. Certain things, I don't see Shaq necessarily trying to tip a ball out on a defensive end if he can just grab it. I feel like he will foul somebody before he just tips it out and trying to grab it. I feel like it may be far fetched, but I feel like it was kind of our mentality play. Like we didn't go do the extra thing to get that ball. Instead of we tipped it out, and we know what happened after that.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, those was our years, and I'm starting to come to reality. We may never see them again, especially considering we just traded our second franchise type player away, counting De'Aaron Fox and Cousins.
There is a little hope, only because the new CBA and stuff. I ain't saying I'm an expert, but like basically they try not to where you can't just build these mega teams. So it takes a draft pick, a Luka, being drafted and blossoming into a superstar, and y'all got a chance. I mean, it's been how many years in a row? It's
Basically
been a new
just
champion.
basically just DeMarcus Cousins not getting hurt.
Yeah,
Right.
But we got to draft smart. We got to draft smart, and it hasn't been our strong suit.
Y'all need Sam Presti. Sam Presti change your whole shit around.
Come on.
Him or what's your name from he is
Boston.
at Utah now.
Who, Brad?
Nah, what's his name?
Ainge?
Yeah, Ainge.
Danny's at Utah? Oh, I didn't realize that's why they started packing up some talent. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They got a little bit.
He trying. He's out there trying.
Yeah, like now this year when I'm looking at it, because they drafted your boy. Not Bailey. Is it Bailey?
Yeah, one of them from Rutgers. Ace Bailey, yeah.
The one that didn't want to go anywhere. Yeah. That nigga want to be at home right now. He won't be doing the same shit we doing.
Right. Then he changed it though. He changed his answer.
No transfer
like,
portal.
Boy, we know what it is.
Ain't no transfer portal when you getting paid $100 million, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God, right.
You'll put that ball in that basket.
Nigga, we said you our nigga. Like, in the store.
It's only 30 niggas. Right. So we'll see. Who's a better coach, Reggie Theus or George Karl?
George Karl. He's an asshole. He's an asshole.
But he's a better coach. I just had to ask a Kings fan that. I bet you've never been asked that.
Nah, he's an asshole, though. Definitely.
Reggie Theus. That's a blast from a past, isn't it, boy?
He's untrust. I feel like you can tell he's untrustworthy to his players.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, my gosh. Listening to
Yeah.
Kenyon Martin talk about him on top of the shit that I already know about him.
Him and
It's
Melo
crazy.
love each other.
Stop. I know. Look. We don't need that. I've had coaches and
Mhm.
teammates where they've said they don't treat us differently. Shout out
Niggas had-
Coach Williams. Coach, you're white. You can't say that. I don't give a fuck.
Right. Look at me.
You wanna act like a nigger?
Right. We gonna treat you like one.
Guess what? Guess what I did? Guess what I did next week, Rashad?
What?
Score 4 touchdowns on his ass. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
He did not like that. We talking about his high school football coach. I know he didn't like
It was. Then that's why I was gonna ask you what year did all that happen to you in, because my sophomore year was so tumultuous with my coach. It was crazy. I was balling,
my sophomore
but
year.
my maturity was not there, like you saying. So I didn't give a fuck. I would do what I want to, say what I want to, and feel how I want to. And he didn't like it. No, I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't say what I want to. I would do what I want to, and I feel what I want to. And he didn't like it. And he'd be like, "You're not a senior. You're not this. You feel me?" And I had 3 senior running backs. Had Man, had DJ, and then shout out Donovan. And Donovan was like, he was the perfect senior, like, offset running back to them, because you're going to give them the ball a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's on block. He's going to do everything right. He's going to teach me right. And I'm like, nah, nigga, I should be in there with them. Fuck you mean? Like, not like, it should be a 4 running back rotation then. Fuck a 3 one. And you already have 3 running backs in the wing T. I'm like, fuck it. Should be 4 then. And then, so what do I do? So coach is like, cool. Donovan got hurt the first game and we played Central. And so this is what I always go back to with Shai. So cool, you can fill the A gap on our screen game. Yeah, you and Mr. Cobble 1-on-1. This is what you wanted, remember? Now you're getting tossed aside like a fucking rag doll, and now I have to change the game plan because you feel me?
You can't.
Not really, but not really.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, and then of course I scored a touchdown against Central, so he can't tell me shit. Like, you feel me? So I feel like a lot of our relationship was just like, I'm trying to teach this nigga a lesson, but like sometimes this nigga's too good to where he's not gonna listen to me and then he'll be like, all right, we'll play Ballard next week. You have 8 carries for 18 yards. Yeah. You thought you were good till Drew Harden smacked you one good time. Now you're looking silly.
Grant.
You feel me? Like
when you going head to head with Grant.
It was more so the second game, but Drew smacked me that first game. I got loose for like 12 yards or something. He came down and just popped the shit out of me. And I remember being like, fuck. Like, seriously, like, fuck. Like, and then after that, I probably wasn't the same. And then, like I said, yeah. So, no, just that sophomore year was a battle for me. I didn't think about transferring only because I was lucky enough to where all the running backs were seniors and next year was all me. So I wasn't thinking about transferring. But at the same time, my maturity level was not where my talent level was. It was not. So I can see why. And speaking of this, the game where I scored 4 touchdowns, I scored after the 4th one. I'm like, man, I'm celebrating this shit. I didn't go in on field goal. It was only 10 people. They come off the edge. They blocked the field goal. Our special teams coach is like, I don't even remember what. Hey,
I know your stomach was in your ass when you realized that you were supposed to be out there. I know it was.
Yeah, so I just had to get all that shit off Rodney. I already know how. I know how it goes. It was a tough year.
And last thing,
played a lot of JV on the back end.
How you think your fantasy year is gonna go?
Oh my gosh.
I think it's gonna be solid. I think I got a solid running back core. And honestly, after watching what he did the other night, I might got the best QB room with Jalen Hurts.
Who you got, Herbert?
Herbert and Hurts.
I got Herbert in my other league.
Yeah.
I got Herbert in one. I got Mahomes as a backup in one. I feel like
he should be a backup. Yeah.
But Herbert, what's crazy is Herbert is my number 2.
I'm pretty sure on one of mine hold on.
Hurts went for 24. Herbert went for 26.
Yeah,
but I think
because Jalen Hurts is fucking selfish.
That's what I was ready to say. He's gonna put up numbers consistently because he's gonna QB sneak it in every time.
Tell that
no,
nigga.
And then when he drops back, he wants to run 40% of the time.
Tell that nigga to pass the ball to Brown,
To
bro.
fucking AJ Brown, bro.
I'm not
Like,
doing this shit
seriously,
again,
dog.
bro.
Me either, bro.
Last season.
I think he's hurt for real though.
For real?
It just, I mean,
1.8.
I don't think he's healthy, but also I don't think him and Hurts click like that either.
Bro.
Come on. Come on.
In this in my Alabama league, I got Bo Nix as a starter and Herbert's on the fucking bench.
You started Nix.
Bo Nix is a good. Who they play this week? Saints? No, not the Saints.
We got Tennessee. They got Tennessee. I ain't a Broncos fan. They play Tennessee.
He'll be good. He'll be fine.
But that 27 is guaranteed. Like, it happened already. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm watching
this
Mississippi State, Arizona State game. Arizona State then came back 17-all at the goal line, at the 1 yard line, with a minute 45. Minute 45, third and go.
Shit, I'm about to tap in.
Right,
but that's it, Rod. We ain't want too much from you. Here, hold on. Anything you want to plug before we stop recording?
You know he don't be on social media.
I don't got nothing like that. I won't. But I do appreciate y'all having me. I love these talks.
I'm serious about the UofL show.
My nephew played for the Big B's. Goddamn it! We'll check a game out. You know,
and like I said, Ballard is big year for them. I feel like they'd be one of the top teams locally. Of course, you got your St. X's that's going to be around. That's still solid, but I feel like Ballard is that next tier of teams that you got. Mill also will be good this year. So definitely can't wait to basketball seasons.
Who's that? Carlos's son, Jordan Mitchell.
Yeah, it's Carlos's son at Mill.
Yeah, shit like that. So,
they definitely go.
You see the big 16.